Okay, we were working on the plotting workshop. We had already done step 1 for this function that we have here. We're now trying to work on the step 2, the graph. Okay. For the graph, like I said, we're gonna need a coordinate plane. If you can use a grid paper, that will be very helpful. And like I said, I was gonna fix like the one I did. It was only from -4 to 4, but it's recommended like to use it like from -5 to 5 and from -5 to 5 here too. So there we go. We're gonna work with the numbers that we got on the table of values. If you don't know how to get these ones, then go to the video of step 1 so that you can know how to do it. So the numbers that we got in here are the ones we're going to use on the coordinate plane. We're going to use them as if they were points, as if this is like a -2,8, and if this one is a -1,5, sorry. The y basically tells you where to look for the number in the y's, and if you notice, this one says 8, but in my coordinate plane, in my graph, like the range of this thing is only kind of like ends on number 5. So because this thing is way far from the coordinate plane that I already did, then I can skip this one. So I'm not gonna work with this one. Okay, so we could kind of like eliminate this one. We're not gonna work with it. Okay. So I'm gonna work with this one first. Okay, -1,5. Okay, and I'm kind of like gonna explain you how to do this. Okay, -1 is basically the x, and 5 is the y. So what I'm gonna have to do is, on the coordinate plane, I'm gonna have to look on the line that says x. I'm gonna have to look for -1, and on the line that says y, I'm gonna have to look for 5. Okay, if you notice, 5 is here and -1 is here, so I have to kind of like make sure that these two things meet. Okay, 5 has a horizontal line in here, and -1 has a vertical line in here. So where those two lines intersect, which is basically this point in here, where you can see -1 down and you can see 5 on the left, on the right side, sorry, that's where I'm gonna locate a point. Okay, that's how you're gonna do it. So so I'm gonna go to -1, and I'm gonna go up until number 5. So in here I'm gonna mark a point. Okay, you can use a pencil. Well, kind of like the thing you have to do, you have to use a pencil for this, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna have to repeat this process with each one of the numbers that we got on the table of values. Okay, so we already have the first one, -1,5. I'm gonna have to look for the point 0, 2. So 0 on the x and 2 on the y's. Okay, so on the horizontal, I'm gonna start with the x here, so I'm gonna go to 0 on the x, and from here I'm gonna go up to number 2, 1, 2. So that's where the point should be. Okay, so I'm gonna mark a point in this place. Okay, now I'm gonna continue with the other one. Okay, the other one is 1, -1. So I'm gonna have to go on the x. I'm gonna have to look for 1, and from there I need to find -1 on y. Okay, so from there, not that like you can see -1 on y in here, but remember that both of them need to meet, right? So I'm not gonna mark this thing. That will be a mistake. I'm not gonna mark this also. What I'm gonna mark is where both of them meet. Okay. So that will be 1 comma minus 1. Okay, and the last one will be 2 comma minus 4. So I'm gonna look for 2 on the x, and then from there I'm gonna go to minus 4. That's the y, right? So that place will be 2 comma minus 4. So I'm gonna go there. Okay. 2 minus 4, that will be here, and I'm gonna mark that point. Okay. Now that you marked all of the points, we're gonna do something like kind of like the thing that we do on whether primary school or kindergarten. We're gonna have to connect all of the points, right? Actually, we need to kind of like connect them, but the line continues. So we're gonna have to use a ruler to draw a line that passes through each one of these points. Through them, not above of them, neither below. It has to be through those points. Okay, so the line that I'm gonna draw, it's gonna be a line like this. I'm gonna draw a line that passes through all of these points. So make sure that the line crosses through all of the points. Okay, like this, kinda. See, this way. Okay. So the line needs to cross through all of the points, and make sure you put arrows on the line. Okay, that'll be kind of like the best way of drawing it. Okay, and once you've done it, so if you're working like in a normal notebook and you had to do this on a grade paper that's outside your notebook, then you're gonna have to cut it. You're gonna have to cut the drawing and paste it on your notebook. So kind of like that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to cut this image and paste it on Word in this case. So I'm gonna try doing that. Okay, so I kind of like cut it and paste it, right? So it should look something like this. Okay, and so step 2 graph, and you basically paste it in here. Okay, so that'll be like you have step 1 and you have step 2. Obviously on your notebook maybe like a little bit different, like it might fit into parts of your notebook, I don't know. That's kind of like the way you are gonna arrange the space. That will be the step number 2 for this thing. You're doing the graph using the points that you got in the table of values. That's basically step number 2. Now for step number 3, we're gonna have to find the intercepts. So we're gonna need the formula again. Okay, so that's kind of like what we're gonna have to work with.